Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. It's the current time of approximately 9 a.m. on the Eastern Time on October 4th on Tuesday. Hope you guys have a good week so far. Ethereum $100,352, up about 2.16% so far. On the over crypto market, as you can see on the left side of the chart, Bitcoin is approximating around 20,000, but obviously we're still $30 below it, attempting to break through to the next level of support onto obviously above 20,000. But we know that 20,000 is not a real level. It's just a more of optical level that investors gauge at. But the real level that you need to get above is 21,500. And on the altcoin side of the house, you could see that we are also elevating, try to sustain at the current respective level. I would say across the spectrum, on the crypto side, we're all kind of trading very similar fashion, right? Daily looks bearish, right? But it's kind of propelling up because of the recent golden cross that we formed. The weekly is still quite bearish, as we talked about, and monthly obviously is quite bullish, expecting some reversal happening, a couple months out going forward. And I think triangulating with the timing of November, late November specifically, right? The Santa Claus rally, and then capturing that by year end. Us, obviously Santa Claus with the sleigh and the reindeer take off from there, and then delivering the presents to us by the end of the year, which I think that could be a possibility based on a technical front, if you get my drift. And on the media front, as you can see across the spectrum, the whole market, Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq, are all up at the moment. Stock futures also jumped as traders try to, basically build on Monday's rally. And again, and also Kathy was snapped up quite a lot of shares of Tesla. And we can take a look at that together, shall we? Just based on the trade reports that we have, right? Something that we have the luxury of doing is that I get direct access to all the reports that ARK Invest and obviously BlackRock does on a day-to-day basis. And you could see that basically referring to it, they did buy quite significant amount, about $34 million shares, not 34, yeah, $34 million shares at about 143,000 shares of Tesla yesterday. Feel free to refer this in our Patreon, but they also sold a lot, right? Spotify, they sold. So this is again, right, this verbiage right here, they yeah, Kathy Wood did snapped up a lot, quite a lot of shares, but they also sold a lot as well. So it could be their own personal reason. It could be, a macro or micro reason, or it could be just some of a balancing act, right? And also on BlackRock as well, you could see that they sold a lot as well. But they did also buy a lot of Tesla as well. They bought about $7 billion worth of Tesla yesterday. Wow, 7 bill. So that's the real driver, actually, not really the ARK Invest. This is like the ARK Invest number is like bananas, or very minimal. What am I saying? Bananas. It's very minimal in comparisons to what BlackRock did, but they also sold a lot, right? If you look into it, they basically sold a lot of Spotify and Salesforce to buy a lot of Tesla yesterday, based on the technical front. And then looking at the politician side of the house, I can also take a look. Seems like they bought a lot of CRM. So CRM, I think that's Salesforce, if I'm not mistaken. They also bought some Apple, but it's been quite stale. It seems like the politicians have been kind of standing on the sideline, not doing really a lot, right, recently. So, anyways, um, so another news that I'm seeing, UN warns that the world is on the brink of recession and developing nation will bear the brunt. I mean, I get it. I do understand what that is, right? I think the inflationary pressure is happening not just U.S. but globally, and also there are banks around the world that are suffering as well. We already see some, price adjustment downward, and also outlook reduction across many banks. And Credit Suisse is seems like they are under pressure, and there are some analysts comparing the Lehman Brothers, with respect to this debt problem that it had before, that subsequently cultivate into the demise and close down. So hopefully Credit Suisse doesn't become another bank like that, because do have a couple of my friends actually work at Credit Suisse, and layoffs and all of these pain doesn't help anybody, right? So anyways, let me just go back into the technical with respect to recording time of 9:02 a.m. on Eastern time. We are at 1350, so that's a real level, right? But the next level up is going to be 1450. The next level down is going to be 1250. So we've been just kind of staying the same level, right? Again, we have crossed up for quite some time now, so this is looking to apex anytime soon on daily. Weekly is still quite bearish. We need to kind of cross down, and so it still holds the same story. Obviously, monthly is looking not terrible. It's still looking for some level of landing and then subsequently take off. Bitcoin's at the cusp of basically breaking above just by $30 to $20,000. And looking at the level of monthly, it is looking quite consolidated and stable. But the weekly is still looking quite bearish based on what we know so far. And also daily is quite dramatically up right now. Because of the overall market try to resuscitate and try to rebound, but this is not sustainable. We are already 53 out of 70, so as we reach a level of 61 out of 70, is this gonna come down? You can see that we clearly have just broke above 20,000 just now, but the real level that we need to look out for is somewhere around 21,500, not this current level right now. So something to think about. Don't get trapped, because daily still looks bearish, weekly still looks bearish. So seeing lower level makes a lot more sense. And just take a look at some stocks like Tesla's up 3.11%. Obviously, yesterday was a really bloody day, but you did see BlackRock and obviously ARK Invest bought like bananas amount of shares, which makes sense. I did buy some myself. And with respect to Apple and all the other stocks, it seems like on an overall market spectrum, take a look at on daily. Daily looks bullish, weekly looks bullish, and monthly looks bullish. That's great. So it seems like the equity side is a lot more bullish in comparison to the crypto side, which typically makes sense. So there seems to be some anti-correlation effect that's happening at the moment with respect to the dynamic of how the people are psychologically assessing the crypto versus the equity side of the house. All right, so appreciate you, and this is a high-level update of this morning, but definitely seeing what the whales are doing in a very comprehensive fashion definitely helps a lot on how we're thinking about it. So I definitely made the right move. But have a good rest of the Tuesday, and I cannot believe it's October already. It just seems like yesterday was August, and it's raining and it's cold, and I'm wearing my sweater. Fall season is definitely happening. Next thing you know, it's gonna be snowing, and New York snow is, New York winter is brutal. So anyways, have a good day and take care.